Kofi,
love hip hop.
did you
Talk about
see
it.
the Tales from Toronto series from Child Support? You ever hear Child Support?
Yeah, I know who Child Support. He makes those really good like YouTube essay documentary kind of things, right? Yeah, he's actually sick with it.
Yeah, he has a new one out on Moji. So I was gonna react
4
to
hours
that.
ago. Okay, yeah.
Yes, let me see if I could pull it up on the screen here. Give me your favorite Moji song before we start here.
I would say I only know like a couple. Obviously, like the first one where it's like Sidney Crosby, all these things want me, that, but it's not no Kobe.
Yeah.
You know, when I wanna, how I wanna, Moji, you know, those are like I wasn't like too like bumping Moji, but I remember everyone around me was, and he had like such a unique way of like, in a sense, like I feel like he reinvigorated and almost kind of started this like modern Toronto rap scene and like being popping. You know what I'm saying? Would you say so?
Yeah, he was part of the wave that came in like 2015, 2016. And like when all the rappers are starting to get like 1 million plus views. Remember, he had the O.V.O connection. And then
he burned that bridge, and then I think he went to Somalia after. I remember seeing like IG stories of the man just like living his life peacefully in Somalia, but he really started, I swear, like I think so many rappers after him said left like Ginobili after. Like I swear he was the guy that had that, you know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a quick question before we start this video.
Yeah.
About Moji, because he said that he gave Drake mad bars. Remember when the whole ghostwriting allegation started rolling around?
Yeah.
Do you believe that, or you think that he was capping or trying to get some clout?
Damn. Friday's trying to get me either killed by O.V.O or killed by Moji. Nah, I would say Drake probably saw him as like this like up and coming, like this guy has the sauce kind of thing. And I know he kind of maybe adopted some of the dance moves. In terms of bars, like I don't know why Drake would need bars from anyone. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
First of all, like Drake doesn't really need to pull up with like crazy bars. He could say anything at this point, and even at that point, you know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't put it past. I feel like, you know, in the studio, you might have a bunch of people and maybe they're exchanging ideas. So I really try to answer your question as politically correct as I could. What do you think? You think Moji gave him bars or what?
I'm okay, good. I was seeing wheels spinning around for a second. I got a VPN working in the background right now. I just logged in from Las Vegas. You know what I'm saying? I say no. Right? I think he was trying to get some clout off of that. And like, listen, Moji, if you got some problems with that, just call me, man. Right? But I don't like that whole thing. Like everybody trying to say that Drake gave them some bars. Or they gave Drake some bars, I mean. Like, let's cut that narrative out, man. Because some of the people who be saying that they gave Drake bars don't be that hot. I'm like, why don't you sound like how he sounds then? If you're such a, you're such a wordsmith. If your pen is so hot, why does your shit sound trash and his shit sound so hot?
But yo, okay, I have a question. Like, you know how Mustafa the Poet is known to be like a songwriter? Sometimes some people they're really good with the pen, but then like maybe Justin Bieber might be able to deliver the song better than like Mustafa the Poet, for example. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
I do think there are some people who like they might not have the delivery, but they have the bars, and some people have the delivery, but they don't have the bars. You know what I'm saying? Like,
true.
And it's sticky with rappers because like pop singers do it all the time. Like so many pop singers just don't write, and we don't really care if Rihanna writes her songs or not. You know what I'm saying? But I do agree. Like, yeah, like if you claim to like if you're trying to take credit for Drake's success by like citing the fact that you like wrote his bars, how come you're not that nice? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, why aren't you famous? Unless they say it's true what they say. The OVO curse or whatever. They try to subdue them, the sweatshop, all the different things.
Oh my goodness.
All the different right. Oh, last thing before I play this. Sorry, gang, because like the ghostwriting conversation with Quentin Miller just came up here. You know who just admitted to getting some bars from Quentin Miller?
Who?
The Game.
What?
And he wasn't even saying it like dun dun. He was just like, yeah, Q. Sometimes, you know, I get some ideas from Q. You know what I'm saying? He sends me a few references. Like he has a new interview on Vlad TV where Vlad is just going over all the best hip hop battles in history and then asking his opinion on them as a weathered battle rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that was just a tidbit that he threw in there when they were talking about back to back. He's like, I don't know why everybody's so mad at the whole thing with Q. Q sends me some tracks sometimes, you know, sends me some references. I'm like, is nobody gonna? You know what? I was gonna say, is nobody gonna clip this? I'll do it. Like, isn't that news?
That is kind of news, especially because like the Game is kind of known to be like a sick rapper, I guess, sick writer. But I think that's such a good way to approach it. Like, yeah, we exchanged lines. Like, it's kind of like that's why it wasn't a big deal. It's because he wasn't like nervous about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He wasn't like, guess what? He waits for me too. Right? Yeah. If he said it like that and then just left a pause after that for Vlad to jump in and be like, wait a minute, what did you say? Then it would have been the headline. But it just went right past.
I want to ask you this and also the chat who's tuning in, like, do rappers really need to write every single bar? Like, if the song is good, I feel like we should kind of just prioritize that, because I know people who write all their bars and the song is trash. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe you need some people to like join in if you want to make something that people actually want to hear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I have a double standard when it comes to that. Okay. Part of me says no, okay, and maybe that's partially the Drake bias that I have, or I just want to hear good music, right? But then there's a part of me that's like, if I heard that Jay-Z, like a quarter of his catalog was written by somebody else, I think high key I'd be hurt, bro.
Jay-Z would hurt for sure. I don't know.
So like, I can't have it both ways. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's cool. But then if you heard like one of your favorite, if you heard that half of all those Biggie rhymes were written by somebody else, you'd be like, oh,
you'd be hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So like we don't care, but we kind of do.
Yeah. It depends who, I guess. It depends, I guess, how you've built your reputation.
Yes.
Or what, you know what I'm saying? If you've built your reputation as just like a regular vocalist, we don't care. You know what I'm saying? No one will care if they find out. Even The Weeknd, if people found out someone wrote for The Weeknd, I'm sure that wouldn't really affect his bottom line. You know what I'm saying?
We already know who writes for The Weeknd, or who writes with The Weeknd, or who's wrote songs for The Weeknd. Belly.
What? That's big for the Arabs. That's big for the Arabs. Big up Belly.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why Belly don't live here. He started writing for The Weeknd, and he was out of here, bro.
Don't he live? I thought he lived in Ottawa, or he's from Ottawa. No,
he's from Ottawa, but he lives in LA in a big ass mansion.
And he writes for The Weeknd.
He writes for The Weeknd. He's signed to Rock Nation. I'm sure he writes for Rock Nation artists and other artists that are probably big artists that just, you know, we don't know. Quentin Miller is not the only ghostwriter out here.
But you know what's interesting? Like Belly, his style is more like rapper. Like he doesn't really have crazy R&B songs. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it kind of goes back to what we were saying. Like he can do it and give it to The Weeknd, but when he does it himself, it's like not received the same way.
He used to write for Mazzari.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
I would not have predicted that. Damn,
from way back.
I used to pull girls off kind of looking like Massari. No cap. Carl Wolf, Massari, like they kind of put bald Arab dudes on the map.
Oh man, what
Yeah,
was the
bro.
song that he did? Did he remake Africa or something like that?
Carl Wolf did remake Africa. That was like his big song. And Masari had like a bunch of songs, but like I know girls. I literally had girls for some reason. Like there was like a segment of black women who like liked Masari, and like when I didn't have
Yeah.
the flash, I had like more like a chin strap and I had the short hair. I looked like a fatter Masari, you know. So big up Masari for getting me a couple kills.
Yo, fam, we're gonna bring him in for an interview, and I'm gonna have you sit in on the interview. We'll do a side-by-side comparison. Okay, let's get into this video here, man. And obviously, we can't play the whole 56 minutes, gang. Let's look to child support. I might have to turn off my VPN.
Have you interviewed him before?
A bit of a delay.
Oh,
but
yeah.
You're good now, right?
Yeah. You can hear me?
Yeah. I just turned off we're back in Toronto.
Mo G was once the most beloved
No
figure
more Las
in
Vegas.
Toronto, from creating what many referred to as the unofficial anthem for the streets of the Six, to working with the likes of Drake at just 18 years old. He was destined for greatness. He had the bars, the charisma, and the connections, but no more than 5 years after entering the scene, he self-destructed. On today's episode of Tales of Toronto, we're going to take a closer look at Mo G's meteoric rise to stardom and analyze what caused the downward spiral of his once promising career. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video.
Yo,
Quick question. Do you think this guy is AI?
I don't know. Like, is his voice just like that? It sounds kind of like weird. It could be an AI though. I don't know. But some white dude do talk like that.
Yeah.
Moji. I heard about him. Is Moji a real, like, is he really tapped in?
I like Moji.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard in the history of hip hop a man that gives away his creativity and helps make Billboard hits but doesn't get paid $1?
His intros are fire.
Calling out Drake last week, Moji posted a picture suggesting he was the target of a violent assault at the hands of A.W.O.L.
Oh, we ain't getting copyright for you,
Out
homie.
51 division officers for history. Regent Park's reputation was tarnished when escalating gun violence reached its peak in 1995. To combat the issue, Toronto Police's 51 Division would conduct numerous raids in the area, but this only made things worse. Residents began calling out 51 Division officers for being the aggressors during their many enforcement blitzes, and by August of 1995, tensions reached a boiling.
Thanks for the timestamp, child support.
Fact, this was one of the few reasons Mo G dropped out of school at just 10 years old.
At 10 is crazy.
When they bring a cop to a classroom when you're a little kid, and then the cop's just in the classroom looking at us like, yo, I'm gonna pack when you guys grow up. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened to me at school. That's why I dropped out of school when I was 10 years old. You see, when I said I dropped out when I was in grade 4, this really happened. Mentally, I left school at the age of 10. You know why? Because they brought feds to the school. Violation. You know what I'm saying? Super violation. You know what I'm saying?
And this is
guess what?
In the streets has occupied the majority of Mo G's life. That same street education also helped catapult him into stardom before he even turned 18.
There's like kids at that concert. Holy, they were mad young at that times, eh? That's crazy. Big tune.
During his teen years, Mo G spent a significant portion of the early part of the day alone at home, either asleep or lounging. His nights, however, were a different story. They were long, spontaneous, excursion-filled nights that start at one place, like a Rabba, and end up in another, like a studio. It's out of this lifestyle that 8 years ago, Mo G was born through his best-known song, Still by the Rabba, an unofficial anthem for the streets of Toronto.
Look at that, 6.2 million. Jeez.
That was legendary.
The song speaks of moving product and the Rabba, among other things. When explaining how the hit record came about, Mo G says he went home and told his brother to turn on his phone and record him freestyle.
Police were called to Shooter Street near Parliament on October 6, 2014 for the sound of gunshots. 18-year-old Yusuf Ali was taken to hospital with multiple gunshot wounds where he later died. The suspect, who was wearing all black with a hoodie, was last seen heading north on Regent Street. So investigators will provide an update for us at 10:30 this morning.
Yusuf Ali, often referred to as Ano by loved ones, was described by those same people as a peacemaker and a community leader in Regent Park. He's bridged a lot of different relationships. People knew him and he was kind, no matter who you were. Before entering high school, Ano had been captain of multiple sports teams and even won an Athlete of the Year award. But as he entered grade 9 at Jarvis Collegiate, it became harder for him to stay focused.
This guy had a stack in high school. Holy smokes. You see that shit? Look at this.
Oh my goodness.
Athlete of the Year award. Grade 9 at
Yo, this is
That's
like
a lot. That's a lot of money. I mean, like maybe not like in the grand scheme of things, but like for a high school kid.
No, it's a lot of money for a grown man too. I'm trying to count how much this is. This is about
Yo, chat, guess
10
how much
stacks.
that is. You think it's 10 stacks? Chat, how much would you say that is? And
Yeah.
Road to Success says tax free, which we gotta also factor in.
Purple Gorillas, you said it was still lagging. Is it still lagging right now?
It got better. It
We're
was
better
like,
now?
Yeah, it's way better now.
You know what it was? I had my VPN working. I'm trying to like upload the episode that we did yesterday from Los Angeles, and then I tried to upload it from Las Vegas. I'm the epitome of doing too much right now.
Yo,
Jarvis
Friday.
Collegiate.
Actually,
It became
No,
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, would you say that Moji kind of put Somalis in Toronto in the spotlight when it comes to like hip hop and music? Like, was he the guy? Was he the guy that kind of opened the floodgates? You know what I'm saying?
Comment gang strong. And it's a yes or no answer. I would say no.
Was there who would you say was, or was
Robin
there,
Banks?
Okay, fair.
Robin Banks was the guy, right? However, he did start it, but I didn't see a wave of Somalis coming out after Moji. But when Robin Banks came out, mad Somalian rappers started dropping, like dropping music, not dropping. Okay, dang. Let's be clear, okay? We're in Toronto over here. Have to be clear over in the city, bro.
Wild.
I know, man. We'll get to the street politics stuff in a second as far as language.
harder for him to stay focused. Soon, he began skipping school nearly every day with his best friend, Moji, and was completely caught up in the negatives of Regent Park. During the early 2000s, hustling in the streets of Regent Park came with a price. As previously mentioned, the block was plagued by senseless gun violence, but what most don't know was that a lot of it arose from internal gang disputes. As the violence escalated throughout the 2010s, it gained coverage by a number of Canadian media outlets, with one going as far as describing
internal cleansing. Every
18-year-old Ano was walking with two of his friends in an alleyway near Queen and Parliament Street at approximately 2:45 p.m. when he was shot in the back multiple times by a lone gunman. Toronto police quickly obtained surveillance footage in the surrounding area, and what they managed to find shocked them. First, cameras caught the lone gunman following Ano through several different laneways for at least 5 minutes in a very determined fashion before opening fire. In addition to this, the two friends who witnessed the entire incident unfold were left unharmed, suggesting Ano was the intended target of the brazen daylight assassination. After further investigation, the firearm used in the killing was found to be linked to one other offense that occurred in a different part of the city, but that still wasn't enough information to link officers to a suspect.
Okay, that's heavy.
Nearly a year after Ano's untimely...
Yo, you see, this is part of the reason why Regent Park was one of the first places that they gentrified. You know that, right? I think Parkdale was first, as far as downtown Toronto, and they quickly moved over to Regent Park and started getting those buildings down. When I drive by Regent now, even though something happened the other day, sorry, but back in the days, bro, whoa, Regent was a war zone, fam.
Like in general, like even for like regular civilians, or it was kind of like for the people in that area, or like people would just not go to Regent.
Well, if you're from outside of Regent, it was suggested just don't go there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really need to know your people out there. You know what I'm saying? And know the good people that like, or somebody who's gonna hold you down, because this motherfucker. 1 second. There's multiple. Yeah.
What the heck?
I want to run right across my keyboard. Because you could be out there, right? And you're chilling with one set of people that are representing one gang, right? Let's say the South Side of Regent. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're safe if a shootout happens. Like, they're not gonna like shield you and go over you just because you went to hang out with them and smoke some blunts for the day. Like,
guys, protect the civilians, not the civilians. No,
not even just, you know, the homeboy that came to hang out. Like, nah, fam. Like, every man for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Entertainment. Yeah. Salute to Randy. Salute to, he said, shout out to Friday's cat. That's Randy right there. Big man. Let me get back to this video.
Is that your cat's name, Randy?
Randy Savage.
Okay, big up Randy.
Yeah, man, the Savage one.
Timely passing still was re-uploaded by a fan. This time, it didn't take off right away because the scene was now dominated by a new rap collective based out of the backyard of Regent Park, otherwise known as the Esplanade.
Interesting.
Prime forever.
Prime Boys.
The Prime Boys is an Esplanade-raised rap group consisting of 3 members, Donnie, Jay Wiss, and Jimmy Prime. Most may recognize Jimmy as the one who coined the now widely used term, the Six, as a nickname for Toronto. It is in reference to the city's 6 boroughs and area codes, 416 and 647. The term was created while Jimmy was brainstorming with Drake's manager, Oliver L. Kadib. The two knew each other since 2014 and would
very important information, okay? Especially for the American audience who's tapping in right now. They're like, hey, Drake, we want to come up with the 6? No. It was Jimmy Prime.
often collaborate on projects together. One of them was Jimmy Prime's single, Northside. On the set of the music video, Oliver was there providing creative assistance. There too was Safe Musad, better known by his stage name, Safe. Safe is also an Esplanade native, who at the time was just an aspiring artist posting his tunes on SoundCloud. Oliver would invite him to attend the opening of A.W.O.L's Toronto pop-up store, where he was asked if he wanted to work steadily at the newly opened boutique. And as expected, Safe pounced at the opportunity. As he spent more time around the shop, his relationship with Oliver continued to strengthen. This is when he took the chance.
Y'all know what Safe is doing right now?
In general?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to him. He kind of made like the R&B type tracks, Alai.
Yeah, but he also writes for other people too, fam. I don't know. I forget exactly who he wrote for. I knew before, but it's escaping my mind right now. But maybe people in the comments can help with that. Who's Safe write for? I know he was writing for some big artists. Like, he's good. When you see certain mans, it doesn't mean they fell off. They're chilling. Like, they're doing other things in the business. They're behind the scenes now. And when they drop, it's like, if they make money, cool. If they don't, like Belly. If he makes money, cool. If he doesn't, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
My youths, don't go walk across the blood clot thing. Hold on a second. 1 second.
Catch 22. I know who Randy Savage is, bro. I thought we were cool. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't know wrestling. You host a fraud Friday time for auditions. Now I know why Dusty gets cheese at these commenters. I gotta
yeah, like Catch 22, yo.
To introduce Oliver to not only his own music, but his friend Mo G's as well. Oliver seemed to like Still by the Rabba so much he sent the track to Drake, and soon after, all of the pieces needed to become a star came together naturally for Mo G. March 25th, 2015, the rise of Mo G begins here after Drake posted a clip of Still to his Instagram, captioning it, Ginobili Dance All Summer. Although
that Drake post.
Life-changing.
Yo, from 2015 to 2024, still going, eh? That Drake post on Instagram, There wasn't that's before stories were available. You had to post it on the feed.
The music video was deleted for a second time. It was re-uploaded again on July 27th, 2015, and it still managed to earn impressive numbers. 3 days later, Smoke Dogg released his hit single, Trap House. That same day, Drake's highly publicized beef with Philadelphia-based rapper Meek Mill.
I wonder if he's getting copyrights for these these sound beds. Yo, by the way, child support. Salute to you, man. Like his, what do you call this, Czar? Sound design.
Oh yeah,
his sound design is amazing, bro. Damn.
Would reach its peak after Drake dropped Back to Back, a diss track that sent the hip-hop world in a frenzy. Fast forward a month, Drake's highly controversial music video for his hit single, Energy, was released. As he's sending subliminal shots left, right, and center, Drake can also be seen doing a rather unique dance one OG had innovated, called the Ginobili.
I remember that.
If the dance seems familiar, it's because it's a spinoff of Chicago drill rapper Lil J's Bop.
I'm about to blow and get rich. She wanna fuck me.
This hurts my feelings, man. Why does this always happen, fam? I always wish sometimes I wish that we came up with this shit ourselves, and it's never original, man.
You
seeing this, bro?
You're saying we don't have homegrown Toronto dances in hip hop?
Well, they're saying right now that this is a spin-off of My Youth's dance here, the guy from Chicago. That's crazy. Yo, Comment Gang Scrawn, quick fast. If you guys want to join the conversation, if I'm not mistaken, let me just double check on my screen here. The chat, on the top of the chat, you should see a link for StreamYard. Okay, yeah, it's right there on the top of the chat. If y'all want to join in, we're gonna react to this once we're done here. I'm not gonna go through the whole thing. I just want to get to the good parts. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'll put you in the room right here, and then you can join the conversation.
Drake would later reference the Ginobili in his hit song Jumpman, featuring Future.
I hit that Ginobili with my left hand.
Woo!
That track would later be released on their collaborative mixtape.
I wonder if you got copyrights for this, because I'm not trying to get them.
Radio.
He's using way too much OVO stuff.
You're listening to OVO.
Yo, AGB,
Radio.
Jump in.
Sound 42.
Pause.
Throughout the remainder of 2015, Moji, Smoke Dogg, and Safe would have earned significant airtime on Drake's radio station, OVO Sound Radio. The three friends would then join forces to form their own rap collective called Halal Gang, alongside their two other musically inclined friends, Puffy Els and Mustafa the Poet. Fast forward to December, Safe was hosting his debut album release party at the iconic entertainment venue, Mod Club, and would bring the gang with him. The since closed establishment
Yo, this guy Drake really looked out for these guys, eh?
He's seen the potential.
Yeah.
He kind of had to, in a sense, you know what I'm saying? When you see like a movement like that and you're the head honcho, like you want to put your hand in it too, you know what I'm saying?
And we're not talking about the Drake now that is like, you know, quote unquote billionaire and all that. We're talking about Drake, who essentially at the time was still on the come up.
He was still established though. I would say like it wasn't like he had already solidified himself as probably the number one artist.
Yeah.
You know,
but he wasn't like, well, he was the number one artist, but he wasn't solidified as the number one artist yet. I don't know if, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying? Like he's still like, now he's pretty much solidified. Like we were having the conversation the other day, like there's levels below Drake now to get into the top three. You know what I'm saying? But like back them times, he was still kind of like competing to stay number one. You know what I'm saying? Like Jay-Z and all those guys were still very active at that time.
That's fair. I also feel like even though Drake had established himself as like the number one artist, I feel like this phase of his career was focused on kind of getting more street cred or like associating himself, like, you know, like solidifying himself almost on like a more of a gangster vibe. You know what I'm saying?
It was the seeds of it. You know what I'm saying? to see where he is now, full beard Poppy with the actually full beard Drake. I don't want to call no man Poppy. Full beard Drake. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm just not doing that.
What the heck?
Let's get back to the freaking video.
Had a reputation for hosting artists before their rise to stardom, and on December 13th, 2015, that reputation remained true. The OVO sponsored event featured a star-studded lineup from Prime Boys to Ram Riddles. Nearly every artist at the event were at the peak of their careers, which made for one hell of a show. To close in historic fashion, Safe decided to have the Song of the Year performed live for the very first time.
Jeez, look at that. Yo, Moji was having the time of his life.
That looks lit.
Moji.
Yeah, bro. Wow.
Completely shined that
Watch
night.
Puffy
As he
in the back
genobly
there.
across
Everybody's
the
having a good
stage,
time.
his energy was infectious, spreading throughout the crowd. Although he wasn't at the show, Drake caught wind of the monumental night from his OVO brethren who were in attendance and decided to upload 2 congratulatory Instagram posts. The first one was captioned, "Starboy from the 6th Side, A.W.O.L gang, big up Safe for selling out my club. Wish I was there to see the guys shine." The second photo was captioned, "Genobleed all summer like I said I would."
Bro, I forgot about all of these endorsements, man. These are like heavy alley-oops, like, yeah, you're
like
next.
he had to address him. You know what I'm saying? Like he had to like acknowledge what they were doing, because I guess, bro, the man had like 40 people on stage. That looked crazy, bro. I never seen some shit like that. Like,
yeah,
you know.
Wow, I never realized how heavy this guy was into Moji. I thought it was more Smoke Dog, but like it was Moji.
Super co-signing.
Rest in peace, A.W.O.L. The pieces for a monumental career came together organically for Moji, who, naturally motivated and hungry for more, would spend the remainder of the year in and out of studios across the city, producing his debut EP. With the help of Drake, who reportedly helped fund the project, Our Boy was released just 10 days into the new year. It featured 3 songs, including the classic Wiggins, a tribute to the Toronto-bred Golden State Warriors small forward. Also on the EP was a song called Mind Symphony, an anthem dedicated to his fallen friend, A.W.O.L.
When you died, I was sitting on the curb. Couldn't breathe, couldn't feel a nerve. Seeing 80 cruisers swerve, hearing birds chirp. That sound of naming you.
That's gonna have me getting mad things, copyright rights. How are my own comments in there? I'm in the background.
Centric and dynamic, but their stars tend to dim and fade out. Perhaps what sets Moji apart is all his grief, all his heart. A little over 2 weeks after releasing his debut EP, Moji would receive yet another shout out from the boy, but this time he was direct.
Guy's trying to get us a copyright. Yo, AGB, what are you saying, broski?
Not much. Me and Pino going live at 7:30, but I had to come up and say what's up with the bro. I see you using the StreamYard, bro. Killing it. Got the dope lives going. What up, my man over there, bro? I see you on the podcast, killing it. What up?
What up, bro? Nice to meet you.
Let me introduce y'all to each other, man. DJ Czar, he's one of the new co-hosts of the We Love Hip Hop podcast, and this is AGB the Don over there in We Love Hip Hop MTL. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay,
yeah. And almost We Love Hip Hop Florida at this point too. Fuck.
Yeah, you about to move out there or something?
I got the kid out here, but you know, I mean, I spend more time of the day talking to people from out there at this point now than people out here. So
yeah,
all of both of that, you know, networking if you want to hit them big numbers, you know. I've been seeing your live numbers going up too, bro. Let's go.
Yeah, we out here, fam. Yo, is it possible when you go live to be live at the same time, or do I have to get on?
No, we can both go live at the same time, and I don't even use this account for those lives. Pino has his own. But yeah, you know, you can run more than one live at once.
Yo, StreamYard is the shiznit.
How easy does it make everything, Friday, compared to like everything used to have to get all this shit to do it? Now it's all just in one place, bro.
Yo, listen, also, we got to give a salute to AGB to Don for linking the StreamYard also. I wish y'all could hear the sound effects, but there's sound effects going on in my head right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, let's continue the video here.
I'm going to stay for like 10 minutes roughly. I got to get off at like 7:20 though to just prep our live at the other place.
Okay, well, before we continue, as somebody over there in MTL,
Yeah.
While this was happening back in 2015, what were you seeing over there? Were you catching wind of this whole thing that was happening? This whole Moji, Drake co-signing all these rappers? Like, were you seeing all of this?
Yes. Here's what I'll say for Montreal, right? And it's hard for me to speak on the French side because on the French side, it's a little bit more like less paying attention to Toronto and like all the English shit. But like definitely, like I was paying attention to it, and like all my homies, at least the ones that like listen to English music and are like in tune with the English culture, definitely all know about it. I actually remember walking into a trap house one time, my homie going, "Who was he playing? I think he was playing FB." And he's like, "Oh, yo, this guy's from Toronto." And this is like 2014, 2015, 26, somewhere in there, right? And he's like, "Yeah, Toronto music is like, they've got it. They've got all of Canada." And I just remember like looking at him like, "Yeah, bro, they really do."
Pre-Six Buzz, what were you guys using to tap in to what was going on in Montreal, in Toronto? Because remember, the blogs helped with a lot of putting everything into one place, like aggregating all of the information into one place. But before that,
it was like you would find it on YouTube, and like you would start listening to an artist, and then you would get like recommendations, or like, you know, a lot of people in Toronto have in Montreal have family out in Toronto. So it'd be like, "Oh, check out my cousin's homie," or check out like what my cousin's listening to, or some shit like that. And then like it slowly just built. Like I'd say like 2013, 2014, you started to like hear about it, and then like as time grew, it started to become more of like a mainstay, right? So like a lot of people here were looking at it like, "Oh my god, how do I do that?" Right? Quebec artists, bro. Some people in English will celebrate 1,000 views, and you know it can be hard to get 1,000 views in Quebec when nobody speak English near you. You know?
Yeah. When you're an English rapper and you're part of now you're a 10% minority of rappers because everybody else is French.
Yeah, and then think of it, right? Like out of the English people, how many of them are even fucking with the music from out there? You know, a lot of them are just like, fuck the music out here.
Yo, watch the language.
Sorry, my bad.
Okay, last question before I let you go.
I got you, fam.
What's the temperature on Drake over there in Montreal? I kind of have an answer to this question already because I've watched content. Salute to Abba and Preach. They're not really too impressed even with Toronto culture. Like they're like like they make fun of the Toronto accent like crazy.
Yeah,
but the Drake aspect, like there's a lot of Drake haters in Montreal.
Yeah, it goes both ways, right? It's a love or hate thing, right? So obviously, like Toronto and Montreal are kind of like rival cities in a way. You know, like people in Montreal like to hate on Toronto, and I'm sure it goes the same in Toronto. Some people in Toronto just like to hate on Montreal. I wouldn't doubt it. But no, as far as Drake goes, I think it's a love it or hate it thing. Like I have like friends that are like, bro, they live, die, breathe Drake, bro. They're staying up all night to catch his release in the morning. And then I know some people that are just like, yo, fuck Drake. Like, sorry, my bad. Like, F Drake. Like, I hate this guy. Like, what is he doing? Like, he's making our country look bad. And then you have people like me where, like, Drake's not my mainstay of what I listen to in music, but I look at it and it's like, yo, how could you be from Canada and not respect somebody who comes out of Toronto and becomes arguably the biggest rapper ever? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, I have a lot of respect for him. So I think it's like, it depends who you go to.
Yo, AGB.
Yeah.
Do you know a French artist by the name P. Benz? He's from Trois-Rivières.
I probably.
Okay.
It sounds familiar. I'm bad with names. If I look at his face, probably it sounds mad familiar. I see someone in the comments saying the Quebecois music scene is low-key impressive. It is. You got to remember the French rap, they get like people watching from Africa and from France is like 70 million people, bro. And like French is going to be the third or second most spoken language in about 20, 30 years. So like the French scene is going crazy. You got to figure like most of Northern Africa, like a lot of those countries speak French, and the population, unlike the rest of the world in those places, is going up.
Are y'all getting a lot of like Afro beats being like produced and stuff in Quebec? Like, are a lot of artists going in that direction?
I don't think there's a whole lot of production. Like there is production, but I don't think it's like people go out to Quebec, like out of their way to Quebec for the production. But like I think like the French rap here has like a much bigger footprint in French music than when you look at the population of like Quebec's 10 million people. So like let's say like 7 or 8 of them are probably French, and then that's it. You have 7 or 8 million French people, but that's it.
No, listen, man. I'm gonna be back over there just now. You know what I'm saying? I'm making some arrangements to go overseas, not overseas, but to America first, and then coming back home to get myself a poutine from the Belle Province, man.
Oh shit!
And I'm talking about the specific restaurant, not just the province itself. You know what I'm saying?
I'm from out here. I know what you're saying.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna let you get to it, fam, because I know you and Pino, y'all be doing some big lives, 10,000 people watching at a time and shit. Like AGB done came up, man.
Yeah, well, like, look, the last thing I'll say before I go, and I'll give some free game to anyone who's watching.
Yes, sir.
If you are big on shorts, like if shorts are your mainstay, like a couple of months ago, bro, if you were big on shorts, you weren't big anywhere else. Now you can connect your shorts directly to your videos and drive traffic there. And when you do your stream, like when you go in StreamYard, you go in settings, you can go horizontal like this.
Yes, I saw that.
Go vertical. When you go vertical, it brings people from your shorts algorithm to your live. Whereas going horizontal brings people from your regular video algorithm to your live. That's free game. People have been blowing up off that, and the horizontal community of lives is much less densely populated. So for anyone who's got something going with their shorts or wants to get something going now, you don't just have to be big with short. You can be big on the live. You can make your videos big. Like Pino had a video go from like 30K views in like 3 months to getting up to like 100K in like a couple of weeks later because he attached his shorts to it. Some of his shorts do millions of views.
Crazy.
So it's like everything's working. They're really trying to compete against TikTok, and now TikTok might even be going bye-bye, so you might even have more viewers there. So free game for y'all. So shout out to both of y'all, both the hosts over here, y'all. I'm gonna be live over with Pino. Everyone, enjoy your night, yo.
No, salute to you, brother.
Big up AGB.
Big up, hold it, guys.
AGB to Don. Yeah, man. Okay, let's continue this video right here.
That was game still. I'm like, yo, I might like that.
Yeah. No, AGB's been in the YouTube space for a while, man, and he's been very helpful in the behind the scenes with this, as well as like in front of the scenes. Like he has some interviews on the network that's done really well. The one that he did with Pino, both of them done really well. And he has a plethora of other interviews and documentary pieces. He does documentary pieces too.
I forget that you have different like factions of We Love Hip Hop. Like it's not just Toronto based. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I'm trying to tap in and get a Vancouver connect too. You know what I'm saying?
Jeez, any listeners from Vancouver, tap in.
Yeah, we can get some correspondence over there. But let's see what's going on with the boy Moji.
January 30th, 2016. Drake would name drop Moji on Summer 16.
Okay, well, let's get to the beef.
And he put on for Canada. He gave his USA passport. It's not easy. I mean, as a Canadian rapper, to be out there in America, you know, it's a big field. You know what I'm saying? It's not really easy. It's tough. He did it. He's the biggest rapper in the game right now, the best rapper in the game right now. Much respect. You know what I'm saying? He's a legend. That's my guy. You know what I'm saying?
At this point, it would be safe to assume Drake and Moji had developed a solid brotherhood. But as improbable as it may seem, not even 2 weeks after the release of this interview, that brotherhood would come to an end.
Have you ever heard in the history of hip-hop a man that gives away his creativity and helps make Billboard hits but doesn't get paid $1 for it, one credit for it, and here stuck in the hood? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense, but exposing these will make sense.
That just did my skin crawl just now.
I remember this.
Oliver's a snake ass, double-headed snake ass, psychotic looking more. Always stirring the pot, telling me Rihanna wanted me at the music video shoot, but Drake didn't want me to come. All Drake's friends hate you. Drake doesn't like you. Always stirring the pot. Oliver is a shady ass white boy, culture vulture ass, snake ass, nerd, a dweeb, everything. Begs me to wear his clothes.
Hold on. This is before Crash Out was a term, eh? Yo, Neil Davis, big salute for the donation right there. Hold on, is that
that's $6 bills?
No. I think it's I can't see in the chat over here.
If that's $6 bills, swing me $25, Freddie.
No, it's he just put the word $6 bills in the chat. Okay. I thought it was a donation. I can't see my chat like I used to before. I thought it was a $600 donation for a second. I was going to run for the air horns.
I was about to text you like, yo.
We'll have to break bread tonight, bro. Holy. But listen, right here, this is the epitome of a crash out. right here. You know what I'm saying? Like the man went on Instagram for what, 3 days straight?
Yeah, and it just kept getting more like he was really trying to expose, I guess, his truth, or but like like in the laws of power, like you're never supposed to like outshine the master. Or they kind of bite the hand that feeds you. Like politically, it wasn't the right move, but I guess he was being reactionary and just like shooting from the hip and being like, "Yo, this is what's happening. Is this right? This is," but it's like, "Yo, like it's not." You don't want to be on like the other side of that situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Road to Success just said this birth top 5 facts. So top 5 was at home eating his Wheaties, taking notes. Like, this is how you go on live and go crazy.
That's why I used to wear his clothes. I thought we was family with OVO, but he never paid me $1 after they stole my way to trying to hide me from the world and hide me from this. Oliver told me the whole OVO team thinks I deserve a compensation for everything Drake took from me. And all the Manchester offered me is $500. $500? Can't even pay mama's rent. What are you smoking drugs, brother? You look like you're on fiend.
In a series of since deleted videos posted on Moji's Instagram account, he would call out Drake and his manager Oliver over unpaid contributions to Drake's upcoming album, Views. He would later add more fuel to the fire by airing out what many have heard in the past. Drake uses ghostwriters, but according to Moji, pinning hits is one thing, and being compensated for his work is another. And one of
Back to Back was already out, right?
Many posts, Moji
Back to Back was already out. Yeah. At this point.
Really? So this is this after the Quentin Miller accusations?
I'm not sure because if it's before,
I think that was after. Okay, wait. Back to Back came out.
And I'm just trying to remember if they mentioned
that came out in 2015, summer 2015.
Yeah, Back to Back was already out. So you're just adding on to the narrative.
G shows a screenshot of a DM conversation between him and Drake, where Drake asks him for a voice recording to use on Views. Underneath it was captioned, "This is a title of a song on Views. After I did this shit, Oliver put me in the studio, and he said they need new hooks, new flows, and bars and shit. I didn't want to be on these album cause I'm not a slave, only slave of Allah, not the fake ass sixth god. It only gets deeper. Stop playing with me, little Forest Hill creature." These accusations are almost identical to the Quentin Miller situation, who was not only outed as Drake's ghostwriter, but had multiple reference tracks leaked.
The man went for the references. Yo, child support is a dirty nigga, yo. Holy.
Entertainment says Drake treated Moji like Adonis.
I seen that. He did. He treated that guy like his own, bro.
I got that Ferrari and I saw. I got that Bugatti just to hurt.
The ordeal sent shockwaves throughout the music industry, and even though he ended the rant off by saying he would have kept quiet if he was properly compensated, Moji outing Drake and his team in such a manner was the wrong move for so many reasons. Not only was he burning bridges for himself and others, but he became enemy number one to the wrong person. You see, leading up to this altercation, Drake was already in hot water after being involved in a string of violent incidents. It started in 2014 when two groupies on Instagram accused Drake of threatening them. One of the women stated Drake sent thugs from his entourage to her apartment and they threatened her for speaking out about having sex with him, while the other woman filed a police report stating Drake had threatened her for posting pictures of designer bags that he purchased for her. A few months after that,
This guy is deep in the weeds, eh? Holy. No wonder he didn't drop a video in like 4 months, man. The man was in the kitchen cooking, bro. Look at this one. This is 56 minutes. Usually his videos are like 10, 15 minutes. Jesus Christ.
Rapper and songwriter Quentin Miller was outed as Drake's ghostwriter, which turned into a bitter public dispute with Meek Mill, who called out Drake publicly on Twitter. According to Quentin Miller, Meek caught him at a Nike store in Beverly Hills shortly after the Twitter dispute and wanted confirmation about the ghostwriting allegations. When Meek didn't get the answers he wanted, he went on the attack. Later that same year, Detail, a prominent music producer, was offered the elusive gig as Drake's executive producer.
Holy shit! Hold on, who's in this picture here?
He's Drunken Love, which earned him his first Grammy. It's easy to see why you would want this guy on your back. Later that same year, Detail.
Look at his team right here. Big Chubbs, Drizzy Drake. Yo, look what he's wearing here, fam. The man has the ski mask rolled up with a tank top, bro. This is like prime. He probably has black Air Force Ones if you pan the camera down.
Yeah, this was Drake's villain era, right?
Yo, it's just the beginning of the villain era, bro. The foreshadowing. And then I'll give you some more context. Okay. Hold on. Y'all can't see my cursor here. Whatchamacall? O.W.O. O'Brien. Johnny Rocks. Okay. Johnny Rocks is the trainer, you know what I'm saying? So you know this nigga's D's. All right. And then I'm not sure if one of these, I think this is Fifth right here. That's the guy who passed away. You know what I'm saying? I'm not completely my youth.
Yo, Randy is just dominating the chat right now.
This guy is unleashed, bro.
When Meek didn't get the answers he wanted, he went on the attack.
Later the video,
that same
bro.
year, Detail, a prominent music producer, was offered the elusive gig.
This is a menacing-looking gang, bro.
Known for creating hits like How to Love by Lil Wayne and Beyonce's Drunken Love, which earned him his first Grammy. It's easy to see why you would want this guy on your team, but in order to work with a more diverse clientele,
I don't know if you ever heard this story.
Declined the offer. Drake didn't handle the rejection well. According to TMZ, who first uncovered the incident, Drake allegedly invited Detail to a meeting at his home in Cali to work on a new project.
Let's go work on a project.
After their monster collab on Nothing was the same. When Detail showed up at around 2 a.m, he says it was the rapper's right-hand man, Chubbs, who greeted him instead. Chubbs ambushed Detail, and during the alleged beatdown, which Detail insisted was set up by Drake, Chubbs supposedly yelled, "I will beat all your asses, including your bitches. I don't give a f***. I will hit you again. Do you think Drake is soft? Do you think Drake's a punk?" Detail received a broken jaw and multiple other injuries that...
Let's get out of these weeds over here before we end up in the same list. Oh, by the way, and I can pretty much paraphrase what's going to happen here because I've seen a lot of this unfold in real time, and I can see you on the screen. DJ Zara's like, what the bro? Then you know that this guy got sued because they broke this guy's jaw.
Wait,
okay,
he got sued for getting his jaw broken?
They sued Drake.
Oh, they sued Drake. Oh, okay.
Right, but then what happened was this guy got a whole bunch of other cases, which I'm sure they're gonna talk about here. He got a whole bunch of other cases for SA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my goodness! But that was years later, no? Like,
well, enough years where like maybe the case was still in litigation.
Well,
you know what I'm saying,
bro, I don't want to say too much about this because I've been reading for the 48 Laws of Power, and let's just leave it at that.
Just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Leave it right there, sir. Hold on. Let's go.
Jesus Christ.
This is why, like, don't mess around, bro. F around and find out. Like, the man is like out here talking bear-ish, and look what happened to him.
So,
just to let the world know, I never got paid no 12 grand. For the record, I'm not signed to O.W.O, and all my real fans have been rocking with me from day one. Check the history. I always delete all my posts, and I deleted it because I got bigger info coming to you right now. As
too much talking these days.
The man leaked a track.
These days I've been out walking.
Yeah, this one's easy.
Yo, what is wrong with this guy, man?
With the entire situation unraveling on social media for the world to see, Drake would reply to Mo G with just a single Instagram post, simply captioned, "The bright lights are supposed to inspire you, not fry your brain." This would be the only time Drake would acknowledge Mo G. Well, publicly that is.
After calling out Drake last week, Mo G posted a picture suggesting he was the target of a violent assault at the hands of A.W.O.L.
April 1st, 2016, a graphic photo of Mo G's swollen and bloodied face would be uploaded to his Instagram.
Advised.
It was captioned, "When you speak from your heart, this is what happens. Hashtag dirty society. Hashtag dirty industry." Rapper turned podcaster Joe Budden was one of them. He tweeted, "I love that Mo G with the dance moves line a lot more. Before I actually saw Mo G, I ain't want to move like Mo G after that." As this was happening, people were speculating.
Yo, he got Joe Budden comments, bro.
Yo, you know what's so crazy? Like, so many people from Toronto were getting at Joe Budden after that, and like Joe Budden was blocking Bear Man's. Like, I have two friends that got blocked by Joe Budden on Twitter. Chad, if any of you remember when Joe Budden said that, a lot of people were hitting him like, "Yo, you're not safe in the city, kid." Like, you know, like that type of vibe. And Joe Budden was blocking Bear people on Twitter. So shout out my dogs who got blocked by Joe Budden.
Wow.
And are still blocked to this day.
And he's publicly spoken about his block list.
A.W.O.L Defense League were directly involved in the brazen assault. Now, that may seem obvious to most, but within the streets of the Screwface capital, there were whispers suggesting Halal Gang orchestrated the attack. There are several points backing this claim. First, Mo G never directly accused Drake or OVO of jumping him. Second, a week before he was jumped, Mo G unfollowed all Halal Gang members and associates on Instagram.
Wow, he
and they
unfollowed them back
reciprocated
then,
the
eh?
energy. Moments later, Smoke Dogg posted a photo of Halal Gang linked up with OVO, but cropped out of the picture was Mo G. It was captioned, "Ain't shit changed, but the weather, the real no, hashtag H-Gang." To further add fuel to the fire.
Oh, this is so much more clarity to the way he was moving like last year.
Smoke Dogg tweeted, then deleted the following. "Nick need to stop begging for attention now. It's getting ridiculous, hashtag shaking my head." After receiving backlash for the tweet, with some going as far as saying he was turning his back on his friend, Smoke Dogg would attempt to clear the air by tweeting, "LOL, Mo G we ain't beefing. Laughing emoji, stupid people." He followed this up by calling academics a slur after he posted a few videos covering the altercation. Now, this could have all been one big coincidence. Regardless, Mo G still wasn't fazed. The day after revealing he had been jumped, Mo G would capitalize on the mass attention it garnered by dropping the music video for his hit song, Wiggins.
Do whatever you feel, do whatever you want. I be balling so hard, you'll think that I'm Wiggins. I be cashing checks,
That was a big
catching.
This was.
I wonder where he funded that. He probably took that out of his own pocket.
Drake refused to acknowledge the spectacle and would go on to release his record-breaking album, Views, on April 29th. But something was off. A song was missing. Summer 16, the song Mo G was name-dropped on, was pulled from the album last minute. An exact reason was never revealed, but I think we all can figure out why. The ordeal sparked a new
I wish
dialogue.
I could play my sound effects at the same time. I need a...
Dun, 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 dun.
That's crazy.
Surrounding Drake and his rise to stardom. Is he a culture vulture like Mo G claims?
Okay, let's go forward a bit, man. Let's see, where are we here? Mo G's sister passes away. Akira moment.
I saw someone in the chat said that Drake was doing Mo G's sister a favor. If anyone wants to follow up on that statement, because I did read that. Did you see that Friday or not?
I'm looking in the chat right now. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's interesting.
Yeah, there's a part about him passing, his sister passing away. Also, there's the death of Smoke Dogg. How did that change things? I'm gonna go just to the middle of this chapter.
Fans, I've been blackballed for the past 2 years now. I'm banned from 99.9% of studios in Toronto. I'm banned from all clubs. I'm banned from doing shows, and I'm banned from doing appearances. When I get lucky and find a studio, engineers salt up my whole thing. They turn my headphones up on full blast on some hater shit. My word, they move like Joe Budden. They don't mix and master my music. They refuse to do it. All type of hate I get. Toronto is a city full of D-writers and haters, my word, on everything I love. And they wonder why I stopped rapping for 2 years. No opportunity, it's simple, by Instagram. It doesn't look like Mo G kept his word about quitting, because within the same week this call was posted, he would drop 3 songs. With the timing of the new music, the blackballed accusations looked like a promo stunt, and Toronto's underground scene didn't hesitate to share their displeasure. From bloggers to rappers to fans, Mo G was bombarded with hate. The once adored rapper was now being exiled by the same community that initially embraced him with open arms. But all of this was quickly forgotten when just a month later, tragedy strikes.
I mean, R.I.P. Smoke Dog.
Young man with a beautiful personality.
Smoke, but Mo G, being the unpredictable man that he is, would be back to his 2016 ways not even a week after the passing of his friend, making erratic posts on Instagram, even dissing Drake once again.
What the fuck did this nigga talk
This
about?
video.
I don't own Apple Music. I don't own Tidal. I don't own Spotify. I don't own none of that shit. Nigga like me from the I don't got none of them platforms on my phone. But I just heard somebody in the spot playing Drake's out. I heard the nigga say, all pop Molly's, my Molly's pop niggas.
I am a cream of the crop,
Look
nigga.
at me copyright.
That was a bar though.
Because he wants to
Yeah.
us, and he wants us to eliminate each other, us all against each other. Instead of uplifting us and bringing us all together, he likes us to go against one another.
So listen, I guess pretty much the gist of this is like, because all through the middle of this, the rise of Halal Gang, Toronto Raptors final, Tyke and Moji, Instagram Live. Is this from my thing? I wonder. I've actually screen recorded this.
To people who at one point didn't hesitate to diss his loved ones. He also seemingly mocked Mustafa the poet by singing
right
along
here,
to one
something
of his
else.
songs.
This is more recently, okay? Like over the last, let's say, my youth. You're gonna get slap up my youth. Hold on a second. This nigga, bro.
Don't be beefing Randy.
You're gonna see animal abuse on the stream. No, I'm playing. I love my cat.
Yo, Road to Success calls you the screen recorder king.
SGK, man, or this SSK. I used to be. I stopped doing that, man. I know this could have been other people too, but I remember screen recording this.
Yo, I told
at like
you
4
already.
o'clock in the morning. Okay, this right here, and this is coming up to like the present day. He was having a conversation allegedly with Tyke, who was supposed to be locked up in Aruba. Okay, he was part of the Turk and Tyke Sick Thugs crew back in the days. All right, and in this IG live, he was giving him some advice, like really, you need to tone down, because to this point here, and I'm just paraphrasing because we're not going to go through the whole hour. Like Moji came back and then went on a crash out mission. Like he joined the GGs. He started like we thought that he was going to start releasing tracks with like our top 5 was going to start releasing tracks for him or whatever. This is when top 5 was still home, and I don't know. It just after that he slowed down. I was actually supposed to do an interview with him as well. That's around the time he did the interview with Voices from the Staircase.
Oh, you were supposed to do an interview with him as well?
Yes, I had like maybe a 90-minute phone conversation with him. He wanted to clear up a whole bunch of things, and this is the first time I'm actually saying this publicly. He wanted to clear up a whole bunch of things, and you know, he was like, "Yo, you're going to be the first platform that I pull up on, and then academics, and then that's it." And then he did neither of the two, and then he went up on Voices from the Staircase, which is cool. You know, salute to them. But yeah, still looking for that interview, Moji. I feel like I want to go towards the end here. What's this? Moji accepts a challenge. My youth. Won't do it. Don't lose it.
You know, their families paid for it. All these individuals that died from our community.
their families has paid for it. Don't do despicable acts and act like you paid for things and programmings and lawyer fees. If you had something to pay for, you would have paid for it because they look like bums on the Juno stage. You know, you and I know they look like bums on the Juno stage. Even you look like a bum. You wear white Air Forces. You're so des. You're not Dr. Dre. Look at me. Look how fly.
This is him dissing
Mustafa the Poet.
Mustafa and them, right? Like now, recent day, because remember, now we're finding out, or I'm finding out at least from this video, that he was kicked out of Halal Gang from back then. You know what I'm saying? So he's always had some kind of smoke for them. Jesus.
You guys never had the sauce like me. And let's not talk about clout. I'm not doing none of this for clout because I was the first in the hood with clout. You know that too. Me and you know that. And you wasn't allowed to hang. If Smoke Dog was your friend, how come you ain't in trap house doing numbers? If I was your friend, how come you ain't still about to rob him? You were only in Safe's video field because Safe was the only friend that actually liked you and let you hang with him. So you should thank the man, if anything. You know what I mean? You despicable kid.
I remember this. The despicable kid was a big line.
Let me tell you something. The truth hurts, doesn't it? You know what I'm saying? But yo, challenge accepted. I'm in the Cage Court right now live. These kids are not outside. I'll make that clear again. These kids are not outside. Do not let them fool you. And when you guys became the face of the hood, you guys let the hood go to tarnish, to waste, garbage. Back in the days, to say you're from Regent Park was an honorable thing. Now you say you're from Regent Park, people want to step on you like.
Fortunately, the highly anticipated fight would be called off by Puffy Els, who would go on to say, "No one's fighting no one because I said so. Pray for the delusional cap dancer. I've been trying to get him help since preschool. Also been saving him since the late 90s. Was cool with Lil Homie 2016 to 2018. 2019, I ain't want to be his friend no more. So he went and made new ones. Make sure them boys renew his medical prescription." The battle between the Parkers continued into the next month, and on the anniversary of Smoke Dog's death, things were no different. It began with Moji appearing on a live stream featuring Boulevard Biz, who had previously made songs dissing the late rapper.
Through the race, we paper chasing. If she came, then she changed. Came up off a hand to hand and kicking traps and hitting stains. No, my brothers got my back. Vice versa, yeah, we the same. I'm go get them gang, but you know what that mean. I'm HE.
Sorry, my timelines are off with that. Okay. Pretty much it ends here. The GGs, pretty much all of them went to jail, minus a couple. And Moji is still basically not out anymore doing anything. He's pretty much not in hiding, obviously, but like he's inactive, basically. You know what I'm saying?
By choice. Like, I guess he just doesn't want to put out music type shit.
Well, part of it was like, fam, like they're saying in this video that he was blocked from Mad Studios. So that's going to make it hard to record just anywhere. We're in a time where we can do home studio stuff, but how much guys really know how to record themselves? Like for real, for real.
Yeah. Road to Success says he's laying low.
Also, I don't know if this is a hot take, but in my mind, Moji, yes, he gave a lot of swag at the time to the OVO camp, or gave some swag. I won't say a lot. A lot is a big statement, but he gave some swag to them. Okay. But I think they might be overrating him, or he might be overrating himself as far as his contributions, with all due respect to him. You know what I'm saying? Because by himself, when you listen to Moji rap, like his songs by himself, even Wiggins and all those songs that were classics, it's not like we're listening to some like amazing lyricists. You know what I'm saying? Like it was SoundCloud shit.
I think it was more like the charisma that he had. He kind of carried himself and spoke in a way that was like indicating that he could be a star. You know what I'm saying? Like he had that presence and like the personality. Because some of these dudes, like, they can rap and stuff, but when you hear them on an interview or like they're boring speakers, you know what I'm saying? They're not engaging the audience. But Moji had that like character of like, yo, this guy can like light up a stage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And you know, the dance move, classic. But as far as like the contributions that I see, like, and they're saying there was a few other things, like that message from Oliver saying, you know, send me some hooks and beats and stuff like that. I don't know how much of that is true. I don't know if it is true how much of that stuff that Drake actually took and used. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like, I'm still gonna stand. Like, I don't feel as his contributions are as much as he felt to Drake, and he kind of just spazzed out for something small, pretty much.
I mean, okay, but what do you do in that situation where your creativity and let's say even your intellectual property in this case is kind of being exploited by someone who is giving you opportunity but is not compensating you in the way that you feel? And Chad, I also want to know what you guys think. Like, what should he have done? Should he have just kept quiet, accepted the $5, which, as he said, won't even cover his mama's rent? But then maybe $5 is, you know what I'm saying? $5 is $5, but in the grand scheme of things, especially in the creative industry, it's nothing.
Yeah.
But like, who's to say if he didn't just bite the bullet, then he might have got more opportunities down the line that would have kind of paid off. So, but how should he have handled it?
Well, $5, if that was real, mans are spending less than that on dinner. Like in one sitting.
That is a diss.
That's
is
the
like
drinks.
Those are the appetizers.
That's the appetizers. For real, fam. And then the main course comes up to another like 4 stacks or whatever, and then they're like, now I'm full. Let's go get some bitches. So it's not even a fraction of the man's day. You know what I'm saying? So like, if that's what he offered him, that's rough. But if that's what he offered him for what he contributed, okay, and listen, there's people out here, they like to call me the OVO lawyer a lot, okay?
Yeah, I seen that in the comments.
Right? But maybe he only contributed $5 worth, like this.
Yo, Friday, stop.
Hold $5, bro. That's hold $5, fam. Go get yourself something nice. Don't spend it all in one place,
bro.
Just to do that, or what was it?
It was like, I don't know. Mine wasn't that much better either. But yeah, let's not talk about what just happened.
If let's say, and I don't know what else he contributed, but let's say, because all we can see was this. That's all we can see. Right? I didn't hear a bar that came from like that sounded like a Moji type bar. And listen, if Moji, if you see this is with all due respect. Don't come from me in the DMs, okay? But like, if that's all I got, it's the equivalent of Chiggy.
But yo, let's not forget. Okay, Hotline Bling, right?
Mm-hmm.
In Hotline Bling, he did that dance.
He murked that dance in there.
And yo, he used that like bear. Like, I feel like that dance was almost like one of the things that made Hotline Bling as a music video popular. Obviously, he actually had like a kind of like there was like a cinematic angle to that video too. Like they had like the office scene. But like a lot of it was him doing the broom thing, and then it was like the Moji move. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's to the point that move's a GIF now.
Yeah, that move is you could argue that like it's worth more than $5. And if he was recording hooks and verses or giving ideas, but it's also like, how much was he supposed to make? You know, like, should he have gotten a lawyer involved? But like at the same time, you're building a relationship with the biggest artist in the world. So it's like, you don't necessarily want to push that away by being like, well, before I come to the studio and I do these dances for you guys, my lawyer wants you to sign. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
you're making it weird.
Energy. Yeah, you know. But what should he have done, Friday? And chat, what should he have done? Like, Road to Success said Moji needed to get with the program, but so should he have just kind of like been quiet and like shut up and dance for us? Like, Moji's gonna do a dance for us.
Go do another one.
Do another move, Moji.
Who got some change?
You know what I'm saying? That's almost derogatory. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, hey, where's the $500 for Moji's dance move? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how I feel about that either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I would say hold it down for a while. Maybe not even accept the $5. That's what I would have done. I would have been like, nah, I don't want that, bro.
So it would have even been like, yeah, nah, you guys are my dogs. I don't even want the money type. Like, you would have played that. And then that way they might have been like, yo, he didn't even want the money. Like, yo, let's keep him around. But then he might have continuously gotten exploited after that.
The long game, bro. Well, that's the thing. You didn't get no money, and I know if, like, you did get played, you'll be like, at least I got my $5 bills. Nah, like, I feel like the relationship will go a lot longer. Watch that move right there. The relationship will go a lot longer if you just say, you know what, I'm gonna just hold it down for now, and let's just work, man. It's nothing, fam. It's a dance move. You know what I'm saying? We got work to do, and that work, like, fam. Look at the amount of stuff that he was doing for him. This whole time in my mind, I'm thinking that, like, he was giving all of this love to Smoke Dogg from day one, but it wasn't Smoke Dogg. It was Mo G. He was co-signing him crazy. So if he already had them type of vibes for him, where he's like doing all of these things for him, if he held it down, he would have been on his second, third EP from these. He probably would have been signed to OVO, and then he would have gave him a big check.
So
instead of
your
bitching
advice,
about $5 bills.
Okay, so your advice to say, like, there's a new artist out there for all these aspiring artists, and say they get approached by an industry established artist, they should kind of almost like work for free, because it's like as entertainment is saying, like a bigger picture thing? Or should you kind of like set your value and set your price right away, but by doing so you might lose opportunities, because in this game, like, you kind of like, in order to be useful, you got to be used. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And if you come in looking for money from in the beginning, it's like, a lot of people will look and say, you don't see the long-term picture. If they have good intentions, if they have bad intentions, you'll be able to see it early in the game. If they don't have nothing to give you, if you're not gaining nothing from even being on, like being in around these people's presence, you know what I'm saying? Like, also keep in mind, all right, and I'm not trying to defend Drake as his, the OVO lawyer, but once you're around these guys and the opportunities that you're getting, that he was already getting at the time, it's up to you to run with that shit.
yeah, okay, I know what you mean.
Yeah, fam, like, you got the ear of the biggest rapper in the world. This nigga's gonna jump right over my keyboard. Watch him. You got the ear of the biggest rapper in the world. So why not, at this point, keep moving with that? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but what was he supposed to do? Like, ask Drake for a verse, or, like, I don't know, link up with him constantly? Like, how was he supposed to take advantage of this, like, network that he now
do some interviews? Go running around people to keep us. Do some interviews and have people ask you, what's up with that connection with Drake? Why he keep on mentioning your name? What's up with you? You know what I'm saying? Get yourself a manager at the time so that you can now start making some moves. Because his guys, the halal guys, they're always like, yo, when they respond to him, he got mental health issues. And listen, if this is true, this is probably part of the reason why he wasn't able to take the alley-oop and run with it, bro.
So he didn't capitalize on the moment, is what you're saying.
Fam, the man, like, from this video, they're showing, like, the guy had him like, yo, this is the guy. While Smoke Dogg was doing his thing. And actually, he wasn't even doing his thing as much yet. Smoke Dogg was just now, like, still kept on getting taken down, which is a Smoke Dogg and Mo G song. And Drake was looking at Mo G.
So what you're saying is, instead of looking just at the moment, he should have looked beyond the moment and been like, you know what? I don't even care about the $500. I have the biggest rapper in the world co-signing me. Let me run with this for as long as I can. But if you look at, let's say even we look at Quentin Miller, like, I've seen some of his Vlad interviews, and he talks about, he'd be in the studio and, like, he feels like, yo, he's just a young guy. Shout out Randy's Tale. He's just a young guy in these situations with people he admires, and they're acting buddy and stuff. So you're not necessarily thinking about contracts, but, like, if you do get exploited and now you're not even getting royalties, you're not getting percentages, you're not even getting paid up front that crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're still working a regular job, but your work is making someone else millions of dollars.
Yeah.
That's not a good feeling. And I feel like if you give people an inch, they'll take a mile. So it's kind of tricky to navigate as a new artist, because like you might have to work for free, but you can't keep working for free. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, you got to know when the cap is, right? I mean, when maybe once you see like six months pass and these niggas ain't doing nothing for you, like where they're not elevating you past or helping to elevate you past that point, even though you're putting effort in as well. Like they stop answering the phone or something like that. Like we got what they need, we need from you. Then you already cut your losses and go. But don't burn the bridge, because you might be able to circle back later and be like, yo, let's do some business. You come up because, you know, you had that little alley-oop from them. Now you're up and they're like, yo, let's do business. But they won't be doing no business with you because you shit on their name at the time when you guys, you know, had some disagreements. People have disagreements, but if you shit on them crazy and then now, like, you guys are both in a different position in life, or you know, maybe that person's a little bit higher in life and you're high in life, but you can do some business so that you guys can, you know, it can elevate you higher. Guess who's not going to want to do business with you now that you're in the same room as him? They're not going to forget.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
It just seems like the moment you stand up for yourself in these situations, you get blackballed.
There's one thing also standing up for yourself, and there's one thing leaking the man's tunes also.
Yeah, that's a violation.
Yeah, like, listen, if it was me, and I don't want to, you know, promote any violence or anything like that, but like back in my days when I was putting out tunes, if my tunes were moving around the world and somebody releases it, yo, somebody in the studio send for that, yo.
Friday, Peace Love says you're speaking from experience and you could have been in Chubb's position. Is that true? Like,
not facts.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, like, but you could tell me off air. I didn't know.
No, not facts, because I had my own crew going on. You know, Empire was doing their thing, and then like Chubbs, like the way that the whole Chubbs thing, and we'll cap this story off quick fast after this. He met Chubbs in Toronto, I think, but like he met him in a fight also in Montreal, and Chubbs jumped in because he seen that another Toronto nigga was in a fight. And whatever happened, I don't know. Like I don't know if they broke up the fight or if they mashed up some niggas or whatever, right? But after that legendary fight, that's when he was like, "Yo, you the homie," and there are two peas in a pod since then.
Wait, were you at this fight?
No. This is a story that I heard him tell in a short interview somewhere. Like I don't remember exactly where, but like I remember hearing this story publicly on like a platform, and I was like, "Damn, that's the best fight a man ever jumped into." You know what I'm saying?
That's that. Yeah, bro. I guess sometimes you do got to jump into fights. You never know, you know, whose fight you're breaking up, who you're saving. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a life-changing fight for real.
Big time. Well, listen, man, salute to the boy. Salute to friggin' Moji, man. You know what I'm saying? Tap in, Moji. Let's get a conversation actually going on for real. You know what I'm saying? Zara, you want to stick around for the last few stories here, or
if you want, I can I don't know what you're finna talk about, you know what I'm saying? What you finna talk about?
I got here Joe Easy's Brother Speaks.
Okay, I do want to hear about this actually.
Okay, let me pull it up on Instagram here.
Quick.
I'm gonna go to my other screen.
That is a crazy situation.
Yeah. There's a few places I can find this from. I'll probably go on Reddit and do the search from Reddit. Yeah. Salute to Moji, man. Let me see here.
We love hip hop.